Morning to all present and welcome back to all the members who are joining us in our third web conference, which is dedicated for hospitality industry. And today's guest of honor with us is Mr. Binayak Shah. Let me just unmute him so that in between he may also say his words. Mr. Binayak Shah. Yeah. So I can see that he is unmuted. And sharing something about Mr. Binayak Shah, he's the first Vice President, Hotel Association of Nepal. He's also the President, European Economic Chamber, Nepal, Vice Chair, Hospitality Sector Skill Committee, CTVT, Board Member, NVQS, ENSSURE, DAKCHTA, TVET Projects, MD, Airport Hotel Kathmandu, VP, Summit Group of Hotels and Resorts, Nepal National Coordinator, World Expo Dubai. So we have a gentleman with a huge amount of experience, probably more than my age, probably. So without wasting too much of time, first of all, I'll ask Dr. Roshan Rathi to say a few words and begin today's program. Roshan sir, over to you.
Good morning, Rajendra ji. Thank you very much. Dear Binayak sir, welcome to the program. Thank you for accepting our invitation and joining in a short notice. It is our pleasure to host you today, and your inputs, your thoughts are definitely going to play a very important role to institutions like ours, which have been producing skilled human resource for the industry. Without much of ado, on behalf of all the team members, I welcome you to this session, and I hand it over to Rajendra ji to kindly begin the program. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Once again, good morning, Binayak sir. Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you for accepting our invitation in a short
Pleasure.
notice. And we thought that you would be the right person to enlighten us about the current scenario, and we as educators trying to definitely, sir. We as educators trying to for the industry, we thought your session would be definitely helpful. With the technical hiccup which you had, it's good that we finally found the solution, and we will take it forward from here, sir. I will hand it over to Rajendra ji. He will moderate the session.
Yes, thank you.
Over to
Thank
you.
very
Please
much.
unmute everybody and keep Binayak sir open. Okay.
Sure, sir. Vinayak sir. So without wasting much of the time, I think there are certain questions that we have finalized for the day, which can mostly address the current situation, probably answers that we all are looking for. It could be your personal opinion. It could be opinion about the overall sector. I mean, the people that you're interacting with, what other people are also thinking. So you would better know about what's out there. So our very first question is what do you think? Like, how is this COVID-19 impacting the overall tourism and hospitality sector? That's one of the first questions that we have thought of. You may just begin, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me to join this important session. Like everybody knows, this COVID-19 has impacted the tourism industry, the hospitality industry the most. Not only in Nepal, it's all over the world. At the moment, the industry is standstill, is locked down. The operation is locked. The business is zero. So we have been very severely affected. I think this is the time in the modern history of mankind that the whole tourism industry, the hospitality, the hotels, everywhere in the world is closed. Nothing is moving at the moment. So this is very, very serious. And the implications, the impact of this situation will carry for a long time to come. So even if the lockdown, the current lockdown will ease sometime, maybe in weeks or maybe in months. After that, also our industry, the hospitality industry, the tourism industry will be out of business for many months, many maybe years to come. That is very serious situation at the moment.
Okay, so we see it as we should really be very concerned about this situation, is what you say and what I can understand. And but what do you think, sir? How can we recover from this crisis? And has there been any discussion on what kind of specific action plan that we set off? What do you say, sir?
Yes, I mean we mankind. I mean, situation like this sometimes, diseases like this sometimes, earthquake, natural calamities comes and go. So we have to face, because there is no other way. We have to face, because it is us who have to work together in a team and come out of these difficulties. That is for sure. So December 2019, when this COVID-19 started from China, Wuhan, right from there, the industry has been suffering. Then from December, January, February, March, April, we have been working day and night to come to assess the situation and try to get out of the situation. Still, the situation is getting bigger and bigger and deeper, as everybody knows. Then there are many areas that we have to focus our attention. Number one is the survival is the question at the moment, because everything is upside down. The whole industry is locked, as per the government decision of locking down. Then we have to. There is no other way to comply with the government regulation. That means all the hotels in Nepal is locked out at the moment, stand still. Business operation is no nil operation. So now we are working on that, and the situation at the moment is survival. How to survive? Naturally, to survive, the financial need is the biggest, because we have to pay our staff, we have to maintain the premises, we have to pay the bank loans, the installments, everything is the financial responsibility is there. So we are working together, and together with the government, we have proposed to the government that there must be some kind of economic stimulus plan. Otherwise, the industry cannot go further. And because the budget of our government is coming soon, the the president is addressing the parliament this afternoon. She will be giving the guidelines of the coming budget. So hopefully, we are looking forward to receive of some kind of stimulus economic packages, so that we can go a little further. At the moment, we have asked government to take care of some kind of burden, like the payment to the staff, and the payment to the banks, all details. So that is one. After that, maybe after 6 months, we plan that after 6 months, if we go like this and we can survive, then we have to think of recovery plan. There are many alternatives, many programs that we are thinking at the moment. The number one is the domestic tourism. We know that international tourism will not come, because there is no commercial flights operating, and our tourist originating country like America, Europe, Japan, Australia, everybody is suffering. So we don't expect a tourist to come to visit Nepal. Maybe year or one, maybe 2 year. That is not sure. But if we have to live with this situation, the COVID situations. So taking all account the health measures, the health security measures announced by WHO and our government, we have to live with it, and gradually we have to go little further for domestic tourism, because there is a big market for that. And number one is people must feel that they are safe to travel. That kind of situation is needed. Maybe that will come maybe in month or some weeks. Let's see. So after this situation comes to place, then I think domestic tourism, there is a big activities we can take. We are asking the government that the government should announce some kind of paid holiday package, like to their civil servant, to the staff of banks, so that there are about 600,000 civil servants. If maybe in 2 days or 3 days, with little money that government gives to them, if they start traveling, then there will be a lot of economic activities in the industry, to the benefit to the farmers, benefit to the transporters, to the hoteliers. So all this kind of activities will be there. Number second is because at the time of crisis like this, people are more religious, they are more spiritual. So Nepal can offer a lot of activities to this end. Like we have Hindu circuit, we have Buddhism circuit, we have lot of natural sceneries. So that is another area we are trying to promote. The wellness, the meditation, those kind of things. Another area is, although the international commercial flights are not operating at the moment, there are lots of thousands, lakhs of private jet owners all over the world. So we have seen in many other countries that they are started coming to a country like Maldives. They have started, Americans, Europeans with their private jets, they have started coming to these areas because they feel it is more safe to go to Maldives than to remain in their own countries. So similarly, Nepal can also take benefit out of it. So these are the areas that we are working on it. And the problem is what happens tomorrow. It is totally uncertain situation. That is the biggest issue at the moment.
Absolutely, sir. So when sir said that the budget guidelines which will be announced today, and sir said that probably taking care of burden of staff and something that's related to banks also taking care of. Just what sir has said, in that only I'm just putting up a question. That's right now most of the hotel industry, they have gone on a what do you say, salary cutoff. They have gone as I have been shared, 12.5 of the basic salary is only what is being paid. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, I have to explain in details actually.
Yeah.
This is not exactly the situation. The decision is because there are options and alternatives that we are thinking at the moment. As we know that this is since Chaitra 11, that is 22nd of March, everything is, the industry is closed down because of lockdown. And even if the lockdown opens sometime soon, our industry doesn't operate like I
Absolutely.
mentioned to you. Then the question is how to pay to
Yes.
our staff, because we have worked, our staff are working with us for many years, and at this time of crisis, this is not humanitarian to ask them to leave. This is not what we wanted. I mean, what we are trying to do is there are different options, because we do business in this country and we have to comply the rules and regulations of this country as well. So as for the rules and regulations, the Labor Act, we are working on that. And our proposal is we pay 12.5% of the salary plus the service charges, because in hotel industry there is a provision to raise 10% service charge, which will be distributed to our staff. And plus we are asking government to set up a job retention fund. I mean, this fund can come from the social security fund. There are a lot of huge amount of money is there. So government should allocate some of the money from this social security fund to this job retention fund. And in
Absolutely.
altogether, we have to give to our staff so that they and their family can sustain at least for 6 months. We are talking at the
Absolutely.
moment 6 months. That is as per the regulation of this country. So we are having series of discussion with our staff, with the unions, with the government, with the banks. So the decision has not been made so far. We are hoping that the decision comes soon, not later than the budget that is coming soon.
And sir, just a thought. I mean, something that came across in our minds. How has the banks been with the hotels, like in terms of giving money? And I mean, has there been a change in behaviors from the bank side as well to the hotel industry or not? Like,
We have been working for long with the banks because banks and the industry's business, we go side by side. Otherwise, we cannot go further. The instruction from the Nepal Rashtra Bank has there is already been issued, and it says that there should be 2% reduction in the current interest rate. And we have been discussing with the respective bank that we banks on. So it's up to the bank that they are discussing the situation. I mean, it depends on the capacity of the bank as well. So there is an instruction, and because of this lockdown, we can, I mean, the meeting is not that frequented. We can only talk over telephones and a few meetings. Still, the things have not been sorted out. So hopefully, I mean, since there is an instruction from the central bank and the government as well, there must be something soon. And another thing that I'd like to mention to you is our Ministry of Tourism has constituted a task force to study the impact of COVID-19 to the industry, to the tourism industry. Also, Nepal Tourism Board, they have also conducted a series of studies and assess the impact, the damages that has done to this industry. And they have recommended to the government that there must be a 20 billion rupees sort of a stimulus packet to sustain this industry. And they have also recommended to the government that this, as I mentioned, job retention fund should be there, so that at least the staff working in the tourism industry, hospitality industry, should continue their livelihood for some time, and at least for 6 months. That's what we are asking for. And after that, I mean, we assess the situation and we'll be working accordingly. Then that is the plan at the moment.
great. And sir, amid this situation, somehow, like when you talk with the other members, I mean, other partners that you are connected with, is there any opportunity that you people have discussed about that? I mean, do you see any opportunity or not? Is the question. Like, as soon as
Sorry?
after this crisis ends, is there
Yeah.
any opportunity that can be seen, or amidst this crisis, is there any opportunity also that we can think of actually?
I mean, every difficulties also brings some opportunity. That is for sure. I mean, this is very, very serious situation actually. Very difficult situation for whole mankind, not only for us. So number one is our lifestyle, the way that we live, the way that we do our business in the industry. The things will be fundamentally changed after this. I mean, we can see so many trend already that the things will change fundamentally, drastically. That is for sure. Number two is we have to work more, because working like we used to do now is not enough. We have to work maybe more than that. We have to innovative. That is the thing that we have to do that. And we see that there are many Nepalese young boys and girls, they are working abroad, foreign employment. Many of them, many lakhs, definitely will come back to Nepal. And we have seen that many of them, they are out of business from hospitality tourism industry, because they used to work there in tourism industry and hospitality industry, because they don't have work there. So they are coming back to Nepal. So there will be a lot of people, lot of trained manpower in this industry. They will come back, and that is the challenge for us, for the government, to how to accommodate these people there. So this is the scenario, upcoming scenario soon.
Absolutely, sir. And I think not before thinking of outside, I think inside we are first of all developing a problem already. Now there's another crisis situation of getting our people back from outside to
Yeah,
Nepal. Now, so in
true.
this, like, is it the right time that Nepal should actually think of making Nepal? like the way India is moving in the direction of Make in India, is it the right time that Nepal should actually only think of Make in Nepal and just be focusing on their own products instead of any product that's coming from outside? Because I think that's the best way that we can first begin to fight this thing. What do you
Yes,
think, sir? And is there
yes, yes,
any discussion on this part or not?
that's true. I mean, now the internationalism that used to be there before COVID, now it will be curtailed to a greater extent, because every country is thinking to become self-sustained. I mean, self-sufficient in whatever ways they can. So Nepal is in that way, we have to take this as an opportunity, as a challenge as well, because in Nepal there are lots of agricultural land. They are not. There is no farming at all. It's just kept just like that. Then
Yeah.
this land has to be utilized in totality. I mean, I think the budget which is coming soon will definitely take care of these accounts as well. So
So
there are a
agroeconomics
lot
could
of
be a
resources. Yes,
so agroeconomics would be the first thing that may happen. I mean, where most of the energy's direction would be in the coming time. Is it what you are trying to say, sir?
right,
Could that be a
right.
possibility?
Because basically by and large, Nepal is an agricultural country. So the much attention was given to agriculture in the past. The budget is allocated, huge amount of budget allocated to the agriculture sector, development of agriculture sector. Is still the things were not going as we wanted to see. I mean, this is the area that we have to do. Even tourism, we have to develop our tourism packet, our tourism product in connection with the agriculture as well, like agro-tourism, like forest tourism.
Agrotourism.
There
Yes.
are a lot of ways that we like many young people who are graduated freshly from the hotel management schools. I think they have to think, they have to be innovative in those lines, because at the moment there are lots of hotels coming in all over the country, in Kathmandu, in Pokhara, in Chittagong. What we see is there are more than trained manpower than the industry wants. But at the same time, the paradox is places like Nepalganj, places like Dangadi, Butol, Bhairava, we don't have enough trained manpower. So the young boys and girls, the fresh graduates from the hotel management schools, they have to think those lines as well, because not only this will not remain only in cities, the homestays, because like I said, the domestic tourism, there is a big opportunity for that. And even all 7 provinces has a lot of potential to develop this domestic tourism as well. So Hotel Association Nepal, we are working on some kind of special packages for the Nepalese families when they go to visit different parts of Nepal. The food, the culture, the accommodations that they look will be prepared, tailor-made to their desire, to their requirement, to their interest. So on those areas we have to work further.
So, like some sir has said, talked about Maldives, like USA people are moving from USA to Maldives, right? So a
Yeah,
friend of mine, he works in Maldives, and what he's sharing with me is that Maldives has two things only that they work in, and the prime product only that they have with them is tourism only. And since now
yeah,
tourism is not there for the past so many months, now probably they are getting some kind of debts, money backups from other countries, and especially India has been supporting them a lot. So probably if the way now, and it might be that Maldives could become part of Indian Union territory, there might be a situation. So it may not be outside, but that is what is being discussed over there. Do you think Nepal could also reach to such kind of a situation in the coming days if this crisis goes long, we being taken over by somebody?
I mean, there are issues of national boundaries. I mean, there are so many issues that we have to look into. The one thing is for sure is, I mean, this is an international crisis. So together, how we can proceed further, we have to work together, because we have been discussing the cooperation, the joint strategies to different agencies, different people all over the world. Like what I mentioned about the Maldives is because they are allowing the private jet owners to visit their countries. There is officially is there, so that people can go there and stay a week or so, because money is not that important for this private jet owners. Those kind of activities. I mean, even in Baltic states, these are the thinking is coming up gradually, because of course this COVID health restriction, health securities has to be maintained strictly. After that, this kind of things is possible. Possibility is there.
And so, so in this condition, what do you advise for our students who are already enrolled in our hospitality courses? How should we, though we have been discussing, we have been keeping them occupied by assigning them assignments, doing some webinars on personality development and various other activities. So what do you advise? What else could be done? I mean, in terms of students, what do you advise them? What better can they do in this situation?
Even for the students, I mean, this is a national crisis, this is an international crisis that affects everybody, including students. So it will not easy like before. After graduation, I mean, it's not easy for them to get a decent job that is intended. There will be a lot of difficulties because there are a lot of people in the job market, and jobs are few and far. So that's for sure, because the present industry there will be the demand is, I think the demand will be not less than, I mean, around 10% of the normal time. So there will be 90% of the workforce, I mean, will be difficult to find a job. And that is the hard scenario. That is the hard truth, what to do. So we have to be innovative, number one. And number two is outside cities, bigger cities like Kathmandu, Pokhara, Chittagong, outside of bigger cities, there are also opportunities like agro-tourism, like said, the incentive tours, like forestry tourism, those kind of things. So we have to also look for that as well. Don't concentrate only on cities. Cities will be very difficult in coming days.
So just to share, sir, we have centers, the locations that you have said. We today in this forum, we have members who are managing centers, learning centers in Butwal, Dhangadi, I mean, all out of the city locations. So we have around 7 to 10 centers who are working outside the valley. So probably, I think this is a very good message that I think what you're saying
Yes.
acts as a very good message to them. Probably, what do you advise them that how better can they, what else can they do? If those who are operating outside valley, what should they do if we have to cope up with this situation?
The first thing is, I mean, at this time of uncertainty, what happens tomorrow nobody knows that. So
Absolutely.
First, things has to settle a little bit. At the moment, I mean, the lockdown will be maybe extended for another 2 weeks or a week. So once the lockdown is eased, then normal life will be limping back gradually. So during that time, maybe after some time, the scenario will emerge. At the moment, as I see, I mean, cities will be difficult. The opportunities outside of cities, like the homestays and the tourism product, in all seven provinces of this country, there are a lot of things that the government also wants to promote them. The provincial government, the local government, they also want to promote tourism in their respective areas. So these are the areas that we have to look into, and naturally we need skilled manpower, young manpower. So these are the areas the young students, the graduates, they look into, because otherwise for a few months it will be difficult in cities.
So somehow we'll have to cope up for a while, is what you're saying. So sir, the questions that we had planned has already been addressed. Now members from the forum have also asked certain questions. So I'll just share a few questions. Probably if sir is ready, sir can answer on that. Okay. So
Okay.
one by one, I'll address the questions that they have asked. Mr. Ramesh Prasad Jaiswal asks, what will be the global scenario in hospitality sector?
The global scenario, like we mentioned earlier, because at least for a year, the international expert like UNWTO, World Tourism Organizations, they have predicted that this effect will continue to 18 to 24 months minimum. That means things coming back to normal will take, let's say, about 1.5 to 2 years. So we have to survive this time. I mean, this is not only for this country, this is international, is the prediction for the from the export. That is the scenario. So that's why the only scenario is to do something in the domestic front. Domestic tourism can be an alternate to do something on this line.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now another question is from Mr. Ravindranath that do we have opportunities from China? Will Chinese tourists visit us conditionally? Is what he's asking. Though
That
other
is
international things maybe
yes. That is
but
that
China,
is one of
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, China is one of our most potential market. I mean, as per the reports, Chinese situation is getting back slowly to normal. So we have we have received some of the inquiries from China about travel things to Nepal. So once the Nepalese government says that allows the international flights, maybe that may take some months, maybe till September, October. Then after that, we can think definitely on Chinese tourists as definitely, because they can spend, they have a lot of purchasing power, and Nepal is very close. And I mean, after COVID, there will be health restrictions, the procedures, everything we have to lay down in our properties, in the hotels. So after that, even the international flights, there will be regulations, the health regulations, strict regulations. After we completed all those things, I think Chinese and Indians, I mean, I like I said earlier, the religious feeling among the people during this time of crisis has increased a lot, has tremendously increased. And there is a lot of spiritual things to come. So that is Chinese and Indians are the people that we can attract to this country. For that, we have to work. We have to prepare our ground. We have to make our homeworks. We have to prepare to receive them, especially the health restrictions, the health regulations.
So just when you talked about health safety guidelines, there is a recent safety guidelines by government for hotels. So what do you think? Is it practical and possible to implement?
I mean,
it is.
Health comes first. Health comes first. I mean, the regulation says after checkout, we are not allowed to take another check-in within 48 hours. That's a long time, 2 days. So we are discussing. I mean, it has to be effective. If somebody stays in our properties and if they are infected, that is the biggest blows for the whole industry. That we have to take very good precaution for that. So we are still working on it. There are a lot of international devices. There are a lot of WHO procedures are also there. So we're working on it. So after that, like I said, there must be a very good health restriction, securities restriction in place. After that, only the things can move ahead.
So the way there has been a cutoff in payments of salaries to people, majorly are receiving basic salaries. Then when somehow they don't have the same purchase power as they had before. So even if the market opens and even if the market won't remain the same, how do you think, won't the domestic tourism equally be affected for a pretty much period of a time? Because they wouldn't have money. They would already be in some debts because They didn't have that much of money before. Now somehow they have to repay back. So what they earn, they will be using that somewhere else. But somehow domestic tourism, what do you think, sir? How long would it remain affected?
Yeah. At this time of difficulties, we have to be totally positive. I mean, you are right that the life that we are living at the moment, the way that we live, the way that we do our business will not be the same. That I'm repeating again and again. That's for sure. The people, I mean, income will not as the same. It will be less. So even because people, I mean, they want to have some changes in their life. So that way, we are planning, we are developing some packages. I mean, it will be developed as to cater the pocket, the spending capacity of the people. That's for sure. I mean, so there are many things we have to take care of. I mean, that one thing is for sure, that things will not be the same that we are experiencing at the moment. There will be a lot of changes in terms of quality of life, in terms of prices, in terms of business, doing business. All sort of things will be affected.
So we as a training and development institution, do you think we'll have a good role to play as soon as the industry opens? Because somehow we need to change the way we were operating before, right? So somehow institutions like us will have a good role to play. And what kind of, for what role should we prepared be then? Like, how can we prepare ourselves so that we can meet your expectation? Because we produce students who are ready to serve in hospitality sector. We do the capacity building. So what are the areas where training and development institutions should think of?
Yeah, your role, the role of your the training, I mean, colleges, schools like yours have a very big role to play, because orientation, information, training counts the most. Because now in post-COVID situations, so there are many protocols that we have to follow. I mean, maybe distancing, maybe a virtual business, those kind of things. Even marketing can be done only by virtuals, only by online. Those kind of things will be there. So your students who are trained in those lines, they are the people with the industry wants. I mean, that kind of things to work together, and as per the need of the industry, we should focus there and work together further.
Just to paraphrase, sir, what you have said. So you're
Yes,
saying
please.
probably preparing for a virtual marketing. So for virtual servicing, we should be thinking of
Yes,
preparing our students for ready for that as well.
Yes, like there is a, like you see in Kathmandu itself, many the restaurants, many hotels, they are starting the food delivery business. They prepare food, and the delivery company, they are delivering to whoever ordered that, right? So similarly, the marketing, the international marketing, the domestic marketing, everywhere, because people should not visit place to place. I mean, as per the health regulation, that doesn't allow as well. So virtual marketing, virtual, everything should go virtual. I mean, that is the need of the hour. So training institute, the colleges like yours, I mean, you should focus those areas, and that is the demand. The IT business is the one which will benefit most in coming years, in coming months. I mean, IT business has to grow.
So IT,
will be growing very fast.
So IT sector has a good chance to grow even better
Yes.
now.
Yes,
okay.
like we are seeing all over the world, including Nepal. The IT business is doing in simple things. Delivery, the food is stuff. Delivery, vegetables, fruits. You can see there are many young peoples. They book through IT and they deliver, and there is already business for them, and it's growing. It's growing very fast.
So
these are the things.
So
that
retail.
can see.
So
These are
retail
some
sector
a few
and
examples. And these are the few examples. There are so many areas
okay
that we can do that. Even
Sir,
we don't have to visit the offices, the government offices. Everything can be done by online. Those kind of things.
absolutely. Sir, the way I have been bugging you with questions, sorry if any of my question,
No problem.
went in a different way. There are so many gentlemen in this forum who would like to ask you questions, and I think not just my voice, but if they can bring up their voice, it will be really great. All those participants who are interested can raise their hands, and I'll just unmute them, and you can put up your question. Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
Bishan sir? Okay, all right. So I could just see Bhagwat sir has raised his hand. So I'm unmuting Bhagwat sir, and he may put up his question. Bhagwat sir, you may put up your question, sir. Yeah, just a second, sir.
Okay.
Technical glitch where I'm trying to unmute him, and he's not being able to be unmuted.
And there is a little mistake in the system here because I have used my son's phone. So his flashing name is Bishan. Bishan is my son.
It's okay, sir.
Binayak.
I'm not able to unmute Bhagwat sir. I don't know whether it's an application problem or what. I'm trying to unmute now Basanta sir, who has a question.
Oh, yes.
Basanta sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm able to unmute you, sir. Yes, please.
Yes, yes. Binayak sir, thank you so much for great inputs. You are such an experienced person. And, it's very nice to see your face again after a very long time. It's a very simple question, sir. What I would like to ask on behalf of all the friends is, our crisis like an opportunity रूपमा पनि लिन्छ. We take crisis as an opportunity,
Yeah.
यो बेलामा चाहिँ staff development, capacity development चाहिँ एउटा राम्रो opportunity हुन सक्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ. I was reading some of the articles also on that, यसमा चाहिँ हजुरहरूले के सोच्नु भएको छ? Are you thinking on this line? कि यो बेला चाहिँ we train our staff members so that they are well prepared when they join back the new normal?
Exactly. हामीले यसमा एकदमै धेरै काम गरिरहेछौँ. जस्तो अहिले जुन गभर्नमेन्टले अब होटल टु रन आफ्टर कोभिड, what are the health regulations, health safety measures, त्यो जम्मै कुराहरू हामीले कामै गरिरहेछौँ. So for that to happen, we need a oriented, trained staff for that. So we need that. There is a big need to operate our industry in new system, post-COVID system. That there is a lot of changes is needed there at the moment. So we are working on it, and your input, your suggestions. Maybe we have to work together so that the practical things will come, and it will be beneficial to the country and the industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bishan sir, Mr. Lobsang Lama, who also happens to be the chairman of our company, he has a question that is it a possibility that small joints are going to get a very good scope after this, whenever this pandemic session is over? Small joints, small joint eatables, eating joints will be getting a better market scope than the bigger ones. Do you think that would be a situation?
After this COVID, post-COVID scenario, like I said, I'm repeating it, that the trend, that the way that we do business will be drastically changed. Virtually, we will be starting from zero level, so to say. So in those areas, when that happens, the small joints, if they prepare themselves properly, one thing for sure is the health, the security measures is the top priority. So it must be proven that the food that the small joints prepare, the way they handle, the hygienic, is very strong, and there is no chance of infection. That has to be guaranteed. After that, the question of marketing. I mean, if you market properly, I mean, anybody can win the race. I mean, this is open race sort of things is going to open. I mean, in next scenario after this, because now everybody is equal after that. I mean,
How's it?
I mean, even the small joints, the benefit will be the price because their operating cost will not that high in comparison to the big one. So they can
How's it?
compete and they can win the race in the market race in terms of price as well. The quality, the safety, security is the issue. They have to
हजुर.
be taken care.
सो यदि हेल्थ र सेफ्टीको कुराहरूलाई कन्ट्रोल गरेमा सानो संस्थाहरूलाई यस्तो सानो फुड जोइन्ट्सहरूलाई एउटा राम्रो अपर्च्युनिटी चाहिँ हुनै सक्छ.
एकदमै राम्रो हुन्छ किनभने सानोहरूको त अब त्यो कस्ट अफ प्रोडक्सन कम हुन्छ. दे क्यान सेल इन रिलेटिभली चिपर देन द बिगर वान. So that is the opportunity. Price always matters. Like in this after COVID, because सबैले price मा त सबैजना sensitive भइहाल्छ.
हजुर. Sir, now we have next Mr. Sandesh Rai जसले क्वेशन सोध्नु भएको छ. So I'm unmuting him.
हजुर.
Yes, let me just. Yes, Sandesh sir.
Yes, I can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, Sandesh sir, you may put up your question, please.
Sir, in this question to Mr. Binayak sir, I was thinking like, what about the impact of this one in the education institute? Because as we know that everything will be cut down, like 12.5 in the hospitality sector, same will goes to the other sectors or the economy. It will affect the purchasing power. So don't you think that it will also affect the student enrollment and their choice of selecting a hospitality sector for their future or career? Because all the hospitality sector stands still. And as per my knowledge, some of the star hotel which is supposed to open in this year has been called off due to this standstill situation in the country.
Azur. Yeah, thank you for the questions. Like I said, it is going to be hard, definitely, because the business will drastically come down to almost zero, stand still. Like you said, the new hotels all over the country planning to open soon will be extended for further months or years. So there will be challenge for we have to cope for that, and the industry will come out again, but that will take some time. So this is a sort of 1 to 2 year is most difficult time. So we have to focus on that, and we have to prepare how we go further. That is the challenge actually. That is not only for us, not only for the tourism industry. That is challenge for all sort of sectors, economic sectors of the country, everywhere. I mean, that is the situation. That definitely coming that way. Difficult times. That during that time, we have to be work together. We have to work as a team. Then things can be better. So we are always open to work together with people like you. I mean, let's think, let's find some innovative ideas so that we can go further. That is the challenge. Everybody has to take it as a challenge.
Yeah. Sir, we have been asked question by Tenfel Lamaji. He says that you had said earlier that private jet owners fly to Maldives and other countries, but that is because they are developed market. How do you think that these high social economic status tourists will come to Nepal, and are we capable of catering to their needs? Is what he's asking, sir.
Yes, we have made a lot of comprehensive studies in this direction, and our study says that can happen. The answer is yes, because we have decent hotels, deluxe 5-star hotels where they can spend
Absolutely.
the accommodations, and they can take helicopters. They can go to Everest base camp and have breakfast there, and that will be their lifetime experience. There are many areas in Gokyo Lake. Example, they can go to Gokyo Lake and ski, and we have product for that. And it is because, as I said, the private jet owners, they are rich and famous people. They have lots of money. Money is secondary for them. I mean, so long the money is there. I mean, there are a lot of activities we can do that. So helicopters, instead of taking a commercial flight, they come by their private jets and they go around in Nepal in helicopters, and that is possible. There is a possibility for that. Maybe not in big numbers, to begin with, a few hundreds to begin with. That is enough. Once they come here, the rich and famous, like film stars, the sports personality, when they come here, there will be a lot of buzz. There will be a lot of advertisement. Then somebody like this person visited Nepal, and there will be a lot of people following them. That is the idea that we are thinking and we are working on that.
Sir, झन् भिड कम भइदिनाले उहाँहरुको आउने नम्बर अझ राम्रो हुन्छ कि, because usually these people, they don't like crowded places much. So what do you think, sir? That is also a reason that only filtered people are coming. That's why also.
Yes. And the rich and famous, what is the special for them? हामीसँग certain European companiesहरु छ, उहाँहरुसँग हामीले काम गरिरहेका छौं. उहाँहरु के भन्नुहुन्छ, breakfast in Everest base camp. Only for 15 people. Breakfast. I mean, the price is astronomical. I mean, people don't mind to pay that. I mean, provided we can give them a good service, a sort of a lifetime experience. Those are the areas we are working on it, and I'm sure that will happen soon.
Absolutely, sir. Being positive. Sir, Prem Raj Joshi ji le हात उठाउनु भएको छ, म उहाँलाई अनम्युट गर्दैछु सर.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Prem ji, yes.
Hazur.
Prem ji, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Hazur.
मेरो प्रश्न छ, my question is, how can we utilize skilled manpower that comes from abroad during and after COVID-19, that we can utilize that manpower for tourism sector and service sector, as well as how can we promote entrepreneurship from that the manpower that comes to Nepal?
A very good question. About people coming from abroad, धेरै जस्तो मान्छेहरु चाहिँ they are from hospitality industry. हामीले एउटा सर्वे जस्तो गरिरहेका छौं. So a few lakhs of people, they want to come back to Nepal, and they are trained. They have been working in different sectors of industry for many years. So they have skilled people. They are skilled people. When they come back here, I'm sure that the top priority will be the self-employment, and many of them, they will try to do the work of their choice and to become self-employed. That is there. And another thing is, even for the industry, these people are they can join the industry as well. And there are even our own people working with us for so long, they are there as well. So some kind of, not only in city areas, the new areas all over the country, all 7 provinces, has to be developed for domestic tourism and also for some international tourism. Gradually, that is the idea at the moment. So at the moment, because the things are coming abruptly, so we need to know how many people, what categories of skill they are in. So those kind of information is being collected. So soon we have to develop some good planning for that.
So facilitating skilled manpower coming from outside to Nepal and helping them in entrepreneurship could be a very good option, is I think what I understood from you.
Many of them, they will go for self-employment, even for the people working with us at the moment. So they have been working for many years, let's say 15 years, 20 years. So the amount of money, if they want to leave their job, they will get a decent amount of money from the establishment. So with that money, so a couple of million rupees, with that money, they can do their own business as well. I mean, there are many areas in this country where this money can be invested and they can be
better utilized.
Yeah.
Sir, Prajwal Manandar sir हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले आदर गर्नु भएको छ, म उहाँलाई अनम्युट गर्दैछु. Prajwal. Yes, Prajwal sir.
नमस्ते.
हजुर प्रज्वल जी.
नमस्ते. सर जस्तै अब अहिले होटल एसोसिएसनले जसरी अहिले 12.5% चाहिँ स्टाफलाई पे गर्ने भनिराख्नु भएको छ है। अब त्यसले जस्तै अब अलिकति एक्जिक्युटिभ लेभल स्टाफ टप लेभल स्टाफलाई त समवट हिल गर्ला सर्भाइभ गर्न हेल्प गर्छ, तर अलिकति लाइक लोवर लेभल स्टाफलाई चाहिँ केही रिलिफ हुन्छ होला त 12.5% चाहिँ?
हैन, त्यसलाई यसरी बुझ्दिउँ प्रज्वलजी, किन 12.5% भनेको उहाँहरूको जीवनयापन हुँदैन, त्यो सबैलाई थाहा छ हैन। तर अब यो टाइम अफ क्राइसिसमा उपाय के छ भन्ने कुरा हामीले हेर्नुपर्छ। राम्रोसँग बुझिदिनुहोस् त्यसमा, यो मान्छेलाई धेरै यो मिसकम्युनिकेसन पनि छ। 12.5% चाहिँ हामी त जिरोमा छौँ नि हैन, इन्डस्ट्रीहरू त जिरोमा छ, हामी केही पनि दिन सक्दैनौँ। स्टिल 12.5% एउटा अमाउन्ट भयो। अर्को अमाउन्ट के छ भन्दाखेरि होटल इन्डस्ट्रीमा हाम्रो सर्भिस चार्ज हुन्छ नि, 10% सर्भिस चार्ज जुन उठेको हुन्छ, त्यो 10% सर्भिस चार्ज पनि उहाँहरूलाई दिन्छौँ। सर्भिस चार्ज भनेको पनि करिब करिब बेसिक स्यालेरीको वरिपरि नै हुन्छ, त्यो राम्रै अमाउन्ट हुन्छ सबै ठुला होटलहरूको त खास गरिकन, प्लस 12.5%। अब त्योमा नपुग्ने पैसा पुग नपुग हुन्छ, किन परिवार पाल्नको आजको बजार मूल्यमा परिवार पाल्न गाह्रो अप्ठ्यारो स्थिति आउन सक्छ। त्यसको लागि हामीले के भनेका छौँ भने, मैले अहिले भने एउटा जब रिटेन्सन फन्ड गभर्मेन्टले त्यो कुराहरूमा गभर्मेन्टमा सुनवाई भएको छ, दे आर वर्किङ अन इट। त्यो जब रिटेन्सन फन्ड एउटा खोलेर त्यसमा चाहिँ सामाजिक सुरक्षा कोषको त धेरै ठुलो अमाउन्टहरू जम्मा भएको छ, त्यसको केही पैसा त्यहाँ हाल्न पाइयो भने हामीले उहाँहरूलाई एउटा बेसिक स्यालेरी हुन्छ नि, गभर्मेन्टले जुन पैसा तोकेको हुन्छ बेसिक स्यालेरी, गभर्मेन्टले त्यति पैसा भयो भने जीवनयापन गर्न पुग्छ एउटा परिवारलाई भनेर जुन गभर्मेन्टले तोकेको अमाउन्ट छ त्यति बराबरको पैसा दिन सकिन्छ। त्यो हामीले भनिरहेको 6 महिनाको लागि हो, इट्स फर 6 months। सो आफ्टर 6 months सिचुएसन हामी एसेस गरिरहेको हुन्छौँ नि, सिचुएसन मे चेन्ज, देन त्यसपछि हामी के गर्छौँ कसो गर्छौँ भन्ने कुरा 6 महिनापछि निर्णय गर्छौँ। आज चाहिँ नि वी नो द्याट दिस इन्डस्ट्री विल नट बाउन्स ब्याक, 1.5 वर्षदेखि 2 वर्षमा यस्तै नै हुन्छ। त स्टिल द्याट 6 महिना त हामी बाँचौँ, 6 महिना हामीले हेर्न पायौँ भने त्यसपछि हाम्रो एउटा ब्रेथिङ स्पेस भन्छ नि, हामीले के गर्न सक्छौँ। अहिले त यति ठुलो प्रेसर छ, कर्मचारीको प्रेसर छ, हामीले ब्याङ्कको प्रेसर छ, सबैतिरको प्रेसरले गर्दाखेरि हामी त अब उठ्ने कुरा एकदमै गाह्रो छ। त्यसपछि यो देशमा हामीले व्यापार गरेपछि, यो देशमा हामीले बिजनेस चलिरहेपछि यो देशको नियम कानुन पनि त हामीले पालना गर्नुपर्छ। सो वी आर वर्किङ स्ट्रिक्टली एज पर द लेबर एक्ट अफ दिस कन्ट्री। यो देशको नियम कानुन अनुसार हामी बाहिर जान सक्दैनौँ, त्यो अनुसार नै हामीले काम गर्नुपर्ने हुनाले यो कुराहरू गरिराखेको हो। त्यस कारणले हामीलाई पनि थाहा छ, हामीसँग यत्रो वर्ष काम गर्ने हाम्रो कर्मचारीहरू एट दिस टाइम अफ क्राइसिस, अब हामी केही पनि गर्न सक्दैनौँ, हामीले हात उठाउने कुरो पनि त भएन नि, हाम्रो जिम्मेवारी हुन्छ, हामी सक्दो। त्यस कारणले हामी गभर्मेन्टसँग काम गरिरहेछौँ र मोस्ट लाइकली हामी एक्सपेक्ट के गर्छौँ भने गभर्मेन्टको नयाँ बजेट जुन आउँदैछ त्यो बजेटमा यो कुराहरूको एड्रेस भइदियो, सम्बोधन भइदियो भने त हामी 6 महिना त हामी अगाडि ब्रिथिङ स्पेस भयो नि, अनि त्यसपछि समय भयो भने त हामी धेरै कुराहरू अगाडि बढ्न सक्छौँ नि, होइन भने त आज हाम्रो कर्मचारीले हामीलाई प्रेसर लाउने, ब्याङ्कले हामीलाई प्रेसर लाउने, हामीले के गर्ने? अब बन्द गर्ने सिवाय अरू उपाय हुँदैन नि। सो दिस इज द सिचुएसन, दिस इज भेरी डिफिकल्ट सिचुएसन। अब गर्ने के भन्नुहोस् न।
सो जसरी हुन्छ जति लामोसम्म टेक केयर गर्न मिल्छ त्यति टेक केयर गरौँ, र जति हुनसक्छ गभर्मेन्टको तर्फबाट यो जो सरले जो भन्नुभयो फन्ड स्पेसली फर एम्प्लोइ रिटेन्सनको लागि जो फन्ड जो छ त्यो एलोकेसन भइदियो भने सञ्चय कोषबाट त्यसले चाहिँ अलिक हेल्प गर्न सक्छ भन्ने कुरा हो।
होइन यसमा फेरि टोटली सटडाउन, म एउटा तपाईँलाई बिचमा रोकेँ, हामी टोटली सटडाउन गर्ने भने पनि होइन नि, हामी 100% हाम्रो अपरेसन बन्दै गर्ने भने पनि होइन नि। हाम्रो अब 10% होला 15% त के अकुपेन्सी हुनसक्छ नि। हामी पालो जस्तो मसँग 100 जना स्टाफ छ भने मैले हरेक 10 दिनमा मैले मेरो कर्मचारीहरूलाई हरेक 10 दिनमा 1/3 10 दिन काम गर्छ, अर्को 10 दिन काम गर्छ, अर्को 10 दिन काम गर्छ। 1 महिनामा त 10 दिन काम गर्यो भने त सबैजनाले काम पाउँछ नि, होइन? त्यो पनि गर्न सकिन्छ। देयर आर लट अफ अप्सन्स। अब के गर्ने भनेर मात्रै हामीले इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्ने बेला छ, तर हामी धेरै अप्सनहरू छौँ। अब अकुपेन्सीहरू हामीले क्रिएट गर्न सक्छौँ नि, हामी ल्याउन सक्छौँ नि। डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मको कुरा गरिरहेछौँ, अब त्यसरी हेरौँ। अब पहिला त हामी बाँच्नै पर्यो। लकडाउन छ हेर्नुहोस् न, लकडाउनमा त धेरै कुराहरू गर्न सकिँदैन। सो लकडाउन सिचुएसन अलिकति इज भइसकेपछि देयर आर थिङ्स द्याट वी क्यान डु टुगेदर।
हजुर, थ्याङ्क यू सो मच यो क्वेसनको लागि। नाउ एउटा क्वेसन आइरहेको छ हाम्रो प्रेम सरबाट, सेकेन्ड सर। how can we promote our local food items during this crisis भनेर सोध्नुहुन्छ उहाँले. I don't know, like सरलाई I was looking forward कि म प्रेमजीलाई अनम्युटै गरेर उहाँलाई बोल्न लगाऊ भनेर, because he can better explain in this question. Premji, I'm unmuting you. Yes, Premji, you can put up your question.
धन्यवाद राजेन्द्र सर.
हजुर सर.
हजुर, आदरणीय शाह सर, मेरो प्रश्न चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ स्थानीय चाहिँ क्षेत्रमा रहेका जो हाम्रा चाहिँ स्थानीय खानेकुराहरू छन्,
हजुर,
हाम्रो कोदोको, फापरको, अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ विभिन्न कुराहरू, मासको चाहिँ हाम्रो आइटमहरू, विभिन्न कुराहरू हरेक क्षेत्र अनुसार चाहिँ जो लोकल खानाहरू हुन्छ,
हजुर,
अनि यी चिजहरूलाई हामी चाहिँ अहिले यो क्राइसिसको बेला र क्राइसिस पछि चाहिँ हामी पर्यटनलाई जोडेर यो चाहिँ के हाम्रो होटल क्षेत्रसँग जोडेर कसरी लैजान सक्छौँ, यसका केही उपायहरू चाहिँ जान्न पाए राम्रो हुने थियो सर.
एकदम राम्रो क्वेसन उठाउनु भयो. यसमा जुन हाम्रो रैथाने खाना भन्छौँ नि, हेरिटेज फुड हाम्रो देशमा धेरै छन्. हाम्रो एउटा अध्ययन अनुसार झन्डै 200 भन्दा बढी हाम्रो एकदम अथेन्टिक रैथाने खानाहरू हाम्रो देशमा छ. विभिन्न जाति अब जात्रा पर्वमा हामीले युज गर्ने खानाहरू, त्यसको र अब जुन टुरिज्म, नर्मल टुरिज्म, मेन स्टेट टुरिज्मको खास रिलेसनहरू देखिरहेको छैन. जस्तो नेपाल, योभन्दा अगाडि पनि नेपाल आउने पर्यटकहरूले दाल भात तरकारी ट्रेकिङ जाँदाखेरि र मोमो बाहेक अरू खाना त्यति प्रचारमा छैन. र हामीले एउटा होटल एसोसिएसन नेपाल, सेफ एसोसिएसन नेपाल, टुरिज्म बोर्ड, हामी सबै लागेर हामीले यसमा हामीले कामै गरिरहेछौँ कि हाम्रो रैथाने खाना र ग्यास्ट्रोनोमी टुरिज्म भन्छ नि, खाना पर्यटन, त्यसको प्रमोट गर्ने भनेर हामी लागिरहेछौँ. तपाईँले भने एकदम ठिक हो. अहिलेको बेलामा जसरी मैले उल्लेख गरेँ कि हामी डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मको जुन प्याकेज नेपालीहरू परिवारलाई जुन बनाइरहेछौँ, त्यसमा त यो एउटा सबभन्दा ठुलो कुरा नै हाम्रो लोकल खानाहरू नै हो. जस्तो कोही मान्छे पूर्व जान्छ, कोही मान्छे पश्चिम जान्छ, कोही मान्छे अब जहाँ गए पनि त्यहाँको लोकल खाना सबै मान्छेलाई खानाले अट्र्याक्ट गर्ने कुरै खानै हो. त्यसकारणले त्यो खानाको प्रमोसन हामीले एकदम ठुलो रूपमा गर्न सक्छौँ र त्यसमा चाहिँ ठुलो स्कोप पनि छ. यो डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्ममा खाना, लोकल खाना, लोकल अब त्यहाँको प्रडक्टहरू, सबै कुरा, ह्यान्डिक्राफ्टहरू, कल्चरहरू सबै प्रमोट हुन्छ यसबाट.
मैले सानो कुरा जोडेँ सर.
हजुर,
यो जस्तो आजभोलि हुन त अब त्यति राम्रो ट्रेन्ड होइन. यो फेसबुकमा चाहिँ विभिन्न खानेकुराको परिकारहरू पकाएर फेसबुकमा अपलोड गर्ने गर्नुभएको छ साथीहरूले.
हजुर,
यसमा चाहिँ बरु चाहिँ यो जुन आयातित खानाहरूको चाहिँ त्यो के अरे परिकारहरू पकाएर चाहिँ हाल्नु, पोस्ट गर्नुभन्दा हाम्रो रैथाने खानाहरू चाहिँ पकाएर त्यसको उपायहरू हामीले चाहिँ फेसबुकबाट र सामाजिक सञ्जाल मार्फत चाहिँ प्रचार गऱ्यौँ भने यो पनि एउटा राम्रो उपाय हुन्छ कि?
तपाईँले एकदम सही कुरा गर्नुभयो. यसमा हो एकदमै त्यो अहिले चाहिँ सबैले घरमा लकडाउनको अवस्थामा घरमा विभिन्न परिकार पकाउने फेसबुकमा हाल्ने जुन चलन देखिएको छ, यसमा हामीबाटै सुरु गरौँ. यो एकदम सही कुरा हो. हाम्रो चाहिँ यो हाम्रो लोकल खाना चाहिँ प्रमोट हुनैपर्छ. ठुलो स्कोप पनि छ.
अब हाम्रोतिर चाहिँ माडाहरू भन्ने छ, अनि मासको फुलौराहरू छ, अनि यो के अरे भक्के रोटो के अरे पोटली भन्छन्. हिजो मैले पनि देखेँ, एउटा पोटली चाहिँ देखेँ मैले. यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ मलाई जस्तो लाग्छ हामी यति बेला प्रमोट गर्न सक्छौँ. र हाम्रो चाहिँ जुन होटलहरू छ अनि होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट इन्स्टिच्युटहरू छ, त्यहाँ त विद्यार्थीलाई पनि हामी यस्तो प्रकारको तालिमहरू पनि दिन सक्छौँ.
होइन, यो त हामीले उठाइराखेको कुरो नै हो. हाम्रो देशमा अब कतिवटा हाम्रो सरकारी ठुल्ठुला भोज भतेरहरू हुन्छ, त्यसमा पनि हामीले धेरै कुरा नेपाली देख्दैनौँ. अब त्यसमा चाहिँ अब कन्टिनेन्टल, चाइनिज, इन्डियन नै खाना बढी देख्छौँ. त्यो चाहिँ बाई ल नेपाली खानै हुनुपर्छ भन्ने गर्नु पर्यो. त्यस्तै हामीले अर्को कुरा के पनि गरिरहेछौँ भने हाम्रो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमान, हाम्रो नेपाल एयरलाइन्स, हाम्रो हिमालयन एयरलाइन्स जहाँ विदेशमा जानुहुन्छ, अब डोमेस्टिक एयरलाइन्सहरू पनि जहाँ चाहिँ नि खाना दिने प्रचलन छ, इन्टरनेसनल फ्लाइटमा त खाना दिन्छ, त्यो खानाहरू पनि नेपाली खानाबाट गरौँ न. तपाईँले भन्नुभएको जस्तो सानो बारा, सानो सेलरोटीबाट सुरु गर्न सक्छौँ नि हामीहरू. त्यस्ता कुराहरूको सम्भावना व्यापक छ. अब यो अहिलेको अवस्थामा यसले एकदमै उजागर गरिदिएको छ. यसमा हामी लाग्नै पर्छ. तपाईँले एकदम ठिक कुरा गर्नुभयो.
अनि पकाउने मान्छे चाहिँ पुरानो आमाहरू हुनुहुन्छ, दिदी फुपूहरू हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूलाई बोलाउने कि
होइन? हो, त्यसमा एकदमै सम्भावना छ. हामीले जुन डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मको जुन प्याकेज बनाइरहेछौँ, खाना नम्बर 1 मा राखेका छौँ हामीले. त्यहाँको रहन सहन, त्यहाँको कल्चर, त्यहाँको हस्तकलाका सामानहरू, अरू खाना त मान्छेलाई बिहान बेलुका सधैँ खाना खानुपर्छ. त्यहाँको लोकल पेय पदार्थहरू, नेपाली खानाहरू, लोकल खाना नै प्रमोट गर्ने नै उद्देश्य हो. त्यसमा एकदमै त्यो कुराहरु एकदमै अगाडि बढेको छ।
म प्रेमजीलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु, उहाँले राम्रैसँग प्रश्न राख्नु। सर हामीसँग प्रमोद सर हुनुहुन्छ जसले अघि नैबाट ह्यान्ड रेज गरेर पर्खिराख्नु भएको छ प्रश्न सोध्नको लागि। म उहाँलाई अवेलेबल गर्छु है सर।
हस्
प्रमोद सर हजुरले बोल्दा हुन्छ है, हजुरलाई मैले अनम्युट गरिसके।
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. My question to Shah sir is: there are many small and medium scale hotels operating in Nepal. So, in this crisis time, how can this hotel encourage domestic traveler, or how can they promote domestic tourism? किनभने मोस्टली अब ठुलठुल हजुर भन्नुस् सर।
यस प्रमोद सर भन्नुस् हजुर पछि म
मोस्टली अब धेरै अब स्टार होटलहरु चेन होटलहरु शटडाउनको अवस्थामा छन् र त्यसमा चाहिँ बढी जसो अकुपाइड भनेको अब फरेन भनौं न बाहिरबाट आउने टुरिस्टहरुबाट नै अकुपाइड हुन्छ। तर हाम्रो सानो र मध्यम वर्गीयको होटलहरु धेरै जसो आन्तरिक पर्यटनबाट नै अकुपाइड भएको हुन्छ र यो अहिलेको क्राइसिस अवस्थामा यस्ता होटलहरुले यो सानो होटलहरु छन् जो चाहिँ हाम्रो आन्तरिक पर्यटन संघबाट नै चलेको हुन्छ, यो अवस्थामा कसरी उनीहरुले चाहिँ इन्करेज गर्ने त आन्तरिक पर्यटनलाई? त्यति हो मेरो क्वेशन सर।
सर यसलाई एउटा पहिलो प्रश्न मानौ। अझ एउटा प्रश्न मैले जो कि यसैसित जोडिएको छ म सरलाई शेयर गरिहाले, जो कि सोध्नु भएको छ डाक्टर रोशन राठीले। उहाँको प्रश्न छ कि should Nepal government discourage or abandon Nepalis going abroad for holidays temporarily, maybe for 1 or 2 years, to promote domestic travel भन्नुभएको छ सर। कि केही वर्ष दुईको लागि भनेर नेपालीहरुको विदेश यात्रालाई चाहिँ पर्यटनको रूपमा टोटली बन्द नै गर्दिने कि भन्ने चाहिँ प्रश्न छ उहाँको, जो म जोड्दैछु प्रमोद सरले सोधेको प्रश्न छ सर। यस सर।
हस् म पहिला रोशनजीकै प्रश्नबाट सुरु गरे। अब यो अहिले नेपालीहरु जुन विदेशमा जानुहुन्छ त्यो ठुलो संख्यामा गएको हामीले पाएको छौं। त्यो थ्याङ्कको अनुसार ठुलो अमाउन्ट पनि खर्च भएको छ। यो चाहिँ नि अब अहिले त यो यस्तो बेलामा अब उहाँहरु जहाँ जान, युरोप जाने, अमेरिका जाने, मलेसिया जाने, जहाँ गए पनि त उहाँहरुले त्यो डेस्टिनेसनले पनि स्वागत गर्दैन। अहिले त बन्देको अवस्थामा केही समयसम्म त्यो खुल्ला पनि खुल्दैन होला। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि वान अफ द प्रस्ताव चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि सरकारले यो उहाँले रोशनजीले भन्नुभयो जस्तै केही समयको लागि यसलाई चाहिँ सस्पेन्ड गर्ने भन्ने कुराहरु यो आइसकेको छ। मलाई लाग्छ यसले मूर्त रूप पाउँछ होला। यसमा यो रोकिने सम्भावना प्रबल छ। एउटा त्यो त्यहाँ रोकिने बित्तिकै अनि नेपालको डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्ममा त्यसले डाइरेक्ट त्यसको इम्प्याक्ट हुन्छ भने जो विदेश जान खोज्नुहुन्छ, जो खर्च गर्ने रिसोर्सेस छ उहाँ त नेपालमै बढी खर्च गर्नुहुन्छ। त्यो एकदमै सम्भावना हो। दोस्रो अब प्रमोदजीले जुन कुरा उठाउनु भयो त्यसमा चाहिँ नि अब डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्ममा सबभन्दा कन्ट्रिब्युट गर्ने भनेकै यो साना र मझौला खालका अब होटेल, रेस्टुरेन्ट, रिसोर्ट, अब होमस्टेहरुले गर्ने हो। त्यसकारणले ठुला होटलहरु ठुला होटलहरु त अब नेपालीहरुले त्यति अब त्यहाँ बसेको त्यति हामी देख्दैनौं। त्यसकारणले यो बिचका होटल नै साना र मझौला खालका होटलमै नै नेपालीहरुको बढी बसोबास हुन्छ, बढी नै युज गर्नुहुन्छ। भनेको जुन हामी डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मको जुन प्रमोसनको कुरा गरिरहेका छौं त्यसको फोकस भनेकै यो साना र मिडियम खालका होटलहरु नै हुनुहुन्छ, रेस्टुरेन्टहरु नै हुनुहुन्छ। त्यसले देशैभरिमा यस्ता प्रोपर्टीको चाहिँ डिमान्ड एकदमै बढ्छ। डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मबाट नै उहाँहरूले धेरै कामहरु गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। त्यो डेफिनेटली छ त्यो चाहिँ।
एब्सोल्युटली सर। सो सर प्रमोद सरको क्वेशन अब सरले एड्रेस गरिदिदा ठीक
मैले प्रमोदजीलाई नै त्यही भने साना र मझौला खालका होटलहरु
हजुर
एकदमै सम्भावना छ। त्यसकारणले हाम्रो प्याकेजहरु बनिरहेको हुन्छ। हामी साना र मझौला होटलको हामी उहाँहरुसँग कन्सल्टेसनमै हामीले बनाइरहेका छौं। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि नट ओन्ली इन सिटीज अल्सो इन जस्तो होमस्टे हुन्छ नि, होमस्टेहरुमा पनि अब देशैभरि हामी नेपालीहरु देश दर्शनको लागि देशैभरि घुम्न सक्छौं नि हामीहरु, पूर्व पश्चिम जहाँ पनि जान सक्छौं।
हजुर।
र अर्को सम्भावना के छ भने जस्तो हाम्रो यो नेशनल देशैभरि छरिएका जस्तो अब लायन्स क्लब भयो, रोटरी क्लब भयो, यस्ताहरु छन् नि।
हजुर।
उहाँसँग पनि हाम्रो कुराकानीहरु हाम्रो गृह कार्य भइरहेछ। जस्तो काठमाडौँको क्लबहरू विराटनगरमा गएर मिटिङ गर्ने, विराटनगरको क्लबहरू नेपालगञ्जमा गएर मिटिङ गर्ने, यस्तो पनि सम्भावना प्रबल छ। भनेको उहाँहरू रेगुलर मिटिङहरू गर्नुहुन्छ र त्यो चाहिँ अब काठमाडौँको बाहिर जाने, बाहिरको काठमाडौँ आउन थाल्यो भने पनि त्यसले ठुलो एउटा इकोनोमिक इम्प्याक्ट दिन्छ। यसले त्यतिर पनि हाम्रो काम भइरहेछ। जस्तो हाम्रो होटल सङ्घ नेपालै भन्नुहोस् न, हाम्रो होटल सङ्घ नेपालको हाम्रो 15 ठाउँमा हाम्रो च्याप्टर छ। हाम्रो मिटिङहरू पनि हामी अब कहिले पूर्व जान्छौँ, कहिले पश्चिम जान्छौँ, कहिले अब हामी तराईमा जान्छौँ, कहिले हिमालमा जान्छौँ। त्यसरी पनि हाम्रो एक्टिभिटिजहरू अब हामी जाँदाखेरि 15-20 जना 25-30 जना मान्छेहरू भइहाल्छ एउटा मिटिङमा। 25-30 जनाले 1-2 दिन बस्नुभयो भने लोकल इकोनोमीमा त त्यसले फाइदा पुऱ्याउँछ नि। यस्ता कुराहरू अगाडि यस्तो कुराहरूको हामीले योजना तयार पारेका छौँ।
हजुर सर, हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ मिस्टर सुरेश, हाम्रो सुरेश सर हुनुहुन्छ। म उहाँलाई अनम्युट गर्दैछु, उहाँले प्रश्न गर्न खोजिराख्नु थियो। सुरेश सर, मैले हजुरलाई अनम्युट गरिसकेँ। सर इज रेडी टु लिसन है।
थ्याङ्क यू राजेन्द्र जी। विनायक सर नमस्ते। यो फोरममा बसेर कुरा गर्न पाउँदा धेरै खुसी लाग्यो। यो डिस्कसन सुनिराख्दाखेरि मलाई लागेको एउटा दुईटा कुराहरू, एउटा म हस्पिटालिटी एजुकेसन टुरिज्म फिल्डमा लागिरहेको भएर ट्राभल कम्पनीहरू पनि चलाइरहेको, अब अहिले चाहिँ नि कोभिड पछाडि त ट्राभल कम्पनीहरू त अब करिब 2500 हाराहारीका ट्राभल कम्पनी, 2500 हाराहारीका ट्रेकिङ कम्पनीहरू त जिरो बिजनेसमा, होटलै जिरोमा भएपछि अरू त हुने कुरै भएन। अनि हामीहरूले आँखा लगाइरहेको अथवा हाम्रो सर्भाइभलको लागि चाहिँ डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्म नै हो फाउन्डेसन बनाउनु पर्ने भन्ने कुरामा त दुई मत पनि रहेन। सबैतिरबाट त्यो आइरहेकै कुराहरू भयो। तर विगतको हाम्रो अनुभवले के देखाइरहेको छ भने हामीले कर्पोरेट सेक्टर, गभर्मेन्ट सेक्टरमा पेड होलिडेजहरूको चाहिँ नि अमाउन्ट चाहिँ गभर्मेन्टले या प्राइभेट कम्पनीहरूले दिएर फोर्स लिभ या 10-15 डेजको लिभहरू दिएको होइन, त्यसको लागि पैसा दिएको केसेसहरू पनि हामीले हेरेको हो। तर त्यसले हाम्रो ओभरअल टुरिज्म डेभलपमेन्टमा कति कन्ट्रिब्युसन गर्यो भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ देख्न नसकिएको अवस्थामा मैले यो अस्ति रिसेन्टली चाहिँ नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्डले एउटा रिसर्च पनि हामीसँग सबैसँग गरेको थियो, सजेसन्सहरू पनि मागेको थियो। त्यसमा अहिले हजुरले भने जस्तै बाहिर जान रोक्नुपर्छ, डोमेस्टिक टुरिज्मलाई चाहिँ नि बढावा दिनुपर्छ, गभर्मेन्टले र प्राइभेट सेक्टरले पनि आफ्नो इम्प्लोइजहरूलाई फोर्स पेड हलिडेजहरूमा एन्युअली जान पर्ने वातावरण बनाउनुपर्छ भनेर सजेसन्सहरू त दिएको हो। अब हाम्रो गभर्मेन्ट अहिले अब एकदम दुःखको कुरा के छ भने कसको कुरा सुन्छ, कसको कुरा सुन्दैन, कहाँबाट कस्तो निर्णय हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा थाहा हुँदैन। जबकि अहिले भर्खरै हाम्रो जुन हस्पिटालिटी फिल्डमा चाहिँ एउटा रुम चेक इन भइसकेपछि 48 घन्टा बन्द गरिदिने भनेर जुन आयो डिरेक्सन, त्यो हिसाबले त यो कसले निर्णय गर्छ भन्ने नै थाहा भएन। त्यसकारण हामीले जुन प्राइभेट सेक्टरमा जो हामी भुक्तभोगीहरू छौँ, हामीहरूले जानेको बुझेको कुराबाट गभर्मेन्टलाई सजेस्ट गर्दाखेरि यो राइट प्लेटफर्म नै भेटिएन सर। यो कहाँबाट गएर चाहिँ यो गभर्मेन्टलाई झकझकाउने हो, किनभने समय त घर्किँदैछ, बजेट त आइसक्न लाग्यो, कहाँबाट सुनाउन सकिन्छ होला सर यस्तो कुराहरू? किनभने कतिपय मेरो चाहिँ नि व्यक्तिगत धारणा कस्तो छ भने मैले सजेस्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कुनै पनि भ्याट प्यानमा दर्ता भएका होटल, भ्याट प्यानमा दर्ता भएका ट्राभल कम्पनी, भ्याट प्यानमा दर्ता भएका टुरिस्ट गाइड, ट्रेकिङ गाइडदेखि लिएर हजुरको चाहिँ नि भ्याट प्यानमा त्यो चाहिँ नि चितवनमा डुङ्गा खियाउनेदेखि लिएर चाहिँ नि फेवातालमा डुङ्गा खियाउने जति सबैको रोजीरोटीको हो चाहिँ नि व्यवस्था गर्नको लागि या चाहिँ नि उनीहरूको रोजीरोटीलाई चाहिँ नि स्थापित गर्नको निमित्त एउटा चाहिँ नि प्लान्ड यो ट्राभल प्याकेजेसहरू चाहिँ डेभलप गर्न पर्ने जस्तो लाग्छ। किनभने त्यहाँ चाहिँ सबै अटाउन सक्ने गरेर त्यसलाई कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ होला? हजुरहरूले अब ठुल्ठुलो फोरमहरूमा हजुरहरू हुनुहुन्छ, हजुरहरूले त्यस विषयमा केही सोच्नु भएको छ?
हजुर, धेरै धन्यवाद सुरेशजी, एकदम पर्टिनेन्ट क्वेसनको लागि। यसमा कुराहरू धेरै अगाडि बढेको छ। तपाईँले भने जस्तै अब गर्ने त अल्टिमेटली सरकारले नै हो। हामीले के भनिरहेछौँ भने बजेटमा यो कुराहरू, जस्तो पेड होलिडेको कन्सेप्ट बजेटमा आयो भने, बजेट भनेको एउटा आर्थिक ऐनै भइहाल्यो, त्यसपछि सबैतिरबाट त्यसलाई पालना गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। होइन भने त यतिकै अरू बेलामा आएर त्यो कहिले पालना हुन्छ कहिले हुँदैन भन्ने कुराहरू नेपालमा हुन्छ। त्यस कारणले हाम्रो जोड चाहिँ नि यो आउने बजेटमा नै यो कुरा परोस् भनेर हामी लागि परेका छौँ। र यसमा सकारात्मक के छ भने हाम्रो टुरिज्म बोर्डले, हाम्रो पर्यटन मन्त्रालयको जुन टास्क फोर्सको मैले अहिले कुरा गरेँ, त्यो टास्क फोर्सले पनि यसको सिफारिस गरेको छ यो गर्नुपर्छ भनेर। र हाम्रो पर्यटन मन्त्रीज्यूले पनि पर्यटन विधा भनेर एउटा अवधारणा बाहिर अस्ति प्रेसलाई पनि भनिसक्नु भएको छ। भनेको यो तर्फ केही न केही हुन्छ। अब वर्षमा केही दिन 3 नाइट 4 डेज एउटा सानो अमाउन्ट दियो भने पनि त हाम्रो सिभिल सर्भेन्टहरू, अब सेक्युरिटीका मान्छेहरू, अब ब्याङ्कका मान्छेहरू, टिचरहरू, केही न केही त्यसबाट 5%ले मात्रै देश घुम्न थाल्यो भने त केही न केही त्यसले ठुलो एउटा इकोनोमिक इम्प्याक्ट ल्याइहाल्छ। त्यस कारणले मलाई के लाग्छ भने यो कुराहरू धेरै अगाडि बढिसकेका छ। मलाई लाग्छ यसमा केही न केही रूपमा यो टुरिज्म बचाउने एउटा उपाय पनि हो अहिलेको कन्टेक्स्टमा। त यो नभइकन त अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय पर्यटक आउँदैनन्, नेपाली पर्यटनले पनि केही पनि गर्न सकेन भने त अनि हाम्रो इन्डस्ट्री कसरी बच्छ भन्ने कुराहरू मनन मान्छेलाई, यो पोलिसी मेकरलाई मनन छ। त्यस कारणले यसमा केही आउँछ भन्ने आशा गरौँ। अहिले यसमा कुरा चाहिँ धेरै अगाडि बढेर लेखापढी धेरै माथिल्लो स्तरसम्म भइसकेको छ।
हजुर, जस्ट अ सेकेन्ड सर, म यहाँ सुरेश सरलाई अनुरोध गर्दैछु। सुरेश सर, हजुरको अरू के सूत्र परि थियो यही सम्बन्धित सरले भनेको कुरामा?
यसमै भारतलाई गभर्मेन्ट सेक्टरबाट सर हाम्रो प्राइभेट सेक्टरहरू जति पनि छ त्यहाँसँग सजेसन्सहरू लिइसकेको अवस्था त हो जस्तो मलाई लागेको छैन। किनभने जुन रूपमा भयो त्यो चाहिँ नि भइरहेका छ, निर्णयहरू आइरहेको छ, एडभर्स कतिपय आएको हिसाबले त यो प्राइभेट सेक्टरसँग डिस्कसन गरेर निर्णय आए जस्तो लागेन है। अब हजुरलाई के लागेको छ त्यसमा? अनि थप मेरो एउटा कुरा चाहिँ यो इम्प्लिमेन्टेसनको मोडालिटीको लागि हामीसँग पनि सरसल्लाह लिएर गर है भन्ने चाहिँ गरेर लिएर जानुपर्छ होला मेरो सजेसन हजुरलाई। किनभने हजुरको धेरै ठाउँमा डिस्कसन भइराखेका हुन्छ। मैले ओभरअल रूपमा चाहिँ के भने इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन मोडालिटिज पनि यदि चाहिँ नि क्लियर कट भयो भने एकदमै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो। विगतमा पनि दिइरहेको जुन ट्राभल को लागि भनेर बिदा पनि दिएको हुन्छ, पैसा पनि दिएको हुन्छ, तर फ्यामिलीले के गर्छ भने त्यो बिदा त्यो पैसा चाहिँ लिन्छ, ट्राभल चाहिँ गर्दैन हैन। त्यति कतिपय अवस्थामा त्यस्तो पनि। अनि पुरानो ट्राभलका चाहिँ नि हजुरको चाहिँ नि एभिडेन्सहरू दिएर त्यो आएको जुन पैसा छ त्यो चाहिँ राखेर घरमै बस्ने धेरै परिवारहरू पनि देखियो। हजुरले भने जस्तो 5% मात्रै घुम्दिए पनि पुग्छ भन्नुभएको छ। त्यो भन्दा अझ बढी मैले बढाउने चाहिँ मेरो प्रयास हो, खास सोच चाहिँ त्यो हो। किनभने ओभरअल इकोनोमी चलायमान हुनको लागि त धेरैले ट्राभल गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने इन्टेन्सनमा त्यो फोरमहरूमा चाहिँ हजुरले लेख्छन् पुगेर यी कुराहरू चाहिँ राख्नुपर्छ होला। किनभने ट्राभल यो मोडालिटिज चाहिँ प्राइभेट सेक्टरले बनाएर अनि गभर्मेन्टले पछि फर्दर मोडिफिकेसन गर्न सक्छ। त्यसमा हामीले जान पाए पनि अझ राम्रो हुन्थ्यो होला भन्ने सजेसन।
यहाँले भनेको एकदमै पोइन्ट टु बी नोटेड, एकदम ठिक कुरा गर्नुभयो हो। हाम्रो देशमा चाहिँ यस्तो विसङ्गति विकृतिहरू धेरै छन्। अब सरकारले दिएको सुविधा लिने तर कोही पनि नजाने घरमै बस्ने पनि त्यस्तो पनि हुन्छ, नहुने होइन, त्यस्तो भाग पनि छ। अब अहिले चाहिँ के छ भने यो एकदमै यो अहिलेको सिचुएसनमा सरकारले सँग पनि धेरै टाइम छैन। अब त्यो एभाइलेबल रिसोर्सेस एभाइलेबल टाइममा जे गर्न सकिन्छ त्यो गरिरहेको हो। हामीले चाहिँ हाम्रो तर्फबाट हामीले जहाँबाट डिसिजनहरू हुन्छ अब त्यो लेभलमा चाहिँ हामीले यो कुराहरू तपाईँले उठाउनु भएको कुराहरू हामीले राखेका छौँ। यसमा डिटेल प्रोसिडियर्सहरू, यो त नीति मात्रै आउने हो अहिले त होइन। यसो गर्ने भने एउटा नीति आउने हो, त्यसको डिटेल इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन प्रोसिडियर के गर्ने कसो भन्ने तपाईँ हामी बस्नै पर्छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ हाम्रो पनि जोड के छ भने यस्तो कुराहरू गर्दाखेरि हामी निजी क्षेत्र जो चाहिँ हामी भुक्तभोगी छौँ, यही क्षेत्रमा छौँ, हामीसँग सल्लाह नगरिकन यस्तो कुरा गरेर थ्योरिटिकल मात्रै हुन्छ, प्र्याक्टिकल हुँदैन भन्ने हाम्रो पनि जोड हो। त्यसमा हामी लागि परेका छौँ। पहिला यो कुराहरू इन प्रिन्सिपल आयो भने हामीहरू बसेर यसमा डिटेलमा हामीले दिनुपर्छ। त्यो प्रोसिडियर त आउनु बाँकी नै छ। तपाईँले भनेको कुरा एकदम सही हो। यसमा मेरो एकदम पूर्ण समर्थन छ।
धन्यवाद सर। थ्याङ्क यू राजनजी।
हजुर, थ्याङ्क यू सो मच सुरेश सर। सर जस्ट एउटा अब यो क्वेसन चाहिँ मेरो तर्फबाट छ है सर। हालैमा नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्डले एउटा कार्यक्रम अर्गनाइज गरेको थियो इन जोइन्ट पार्टनरसिप विथ हाम्रो इन्डियाको एडभेन्चर एसोसिएसन, टुरिज्म हजुरको ट्राभल एजेन्सिजहरूको एसोसिएसन सबैजनासँग, र लगभग चारवटा सङ्गठन थिए इन्डियाका, र नेपालबाट एकजना हुनुहुन्थ्यो हाम्रो एनटिपीको सिइओ मात्र हुनुहुन्थ्यो। र यो मैले लिङ्कडिनमा पोस्ट देखाएको थिएँ। तब मेरो प्रश्न के थियो भन्दाखेरि अब उतातिरबाट चार पाँचवटा अलग अलग विभिन्न किसिमका संस्थाहरू अगाडि आउने, तर नेपालबाट नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्ड मात्र कहीँ पनि होटेल एसोसिएसनको प्रेसेन्स नभएको देख्दाखेरि मैले चाहिँ एउटा मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ मैले त्यहाँ पोस्ट पनि गरेको थिएँ, तर आन्सर पाएको थिएँ। सरलाई यस बारेमा जानकारी पक्कै नै होला, सरले केही यसो मलाई इन्लाइटन गरिदिनु भयो भने जाति हुन्थ्यो सर।
हजुर, यसमा तपाईँले भनेको कुरा हामीले पनि नोट गरेका छौँ र हामीले पनि यसमा चाहिँ हाम्रो रोल हुन त हाम्रो रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्ने टुरिज्म बोर्ड हो। तर टुरिज्म बोर्डले चाहिँ जसरी अब इन प्रिन्सिपल त कुराहरू उहाँहरूले गर्नुहुन्छ, तर जुन डिटेल हामीले दिन सक्छौँ नि हाम्रो इन्डस्ट्रीले त्यो चाहिँ त्यहाँ पुगेन भन्ने कुरा हामीले पनि राखिसकेका छौँ। अब यसको चाहिँ त्यो जसरी त्यो मिटिङ अर्गनाइज भयो नि त्यसको फर्मेट चाहिँ नि अब उहाँहरूको त्यो इन्डो नेपाल भनेर त्यो इन्डियन एजेन्सीहरूले नै सुरु गरे हुनाले अब त्यो टाइम फ्रेमको पनि ध्यान राखेर खालि उहाँ सिइओलाई मात्रै इन्क्लुड गरे रहेछ त्यसमा चाहिँ अब सुरुवात चाहिँ एउटा कमसेकम समथिङ इज बेटर देन नथिङ भन्ने प्रिन्सिपलमा गएर केही कुरा सुरुवात भएको छ यसमा अझ अगाडि जाने मैले अघि भने नि हाम्रो हिन्दू सर्किट बुद्धिस्ट सर्किटबाट हामीहरू इन्डियनहरूले त्यहाँ ओरिजिनेट त्यहाँबाट भए पनि आखिर त त्यसको इम्प्लिमेन्ट त हामीले गर्नुपर्ने हो नि त्यस कारणले त्यो अर्को फेजहरूमा हामी डिटेलमा जान्छौँ त्यो कन्टिन्यू छ त्यो तपाईँले उठाइदिएको कुरा ठिक छ त्यसमा हामी अझ अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ यसमा चाहिँ सही कुरा हो खास गरी इन्डियामा चाहिँ नि ठुला सहर भन्दा पनि हाम्रो बोर्डरिङ टाउनका गोरखपुर लखनऊ अब यो पटना यस्ता साना साना सहरबाट पनि धेरै मान्छेहरू नेपाल आउन सक्छन् उनीहरूको आफ्नो प्राइभेट गाडी छ त्यो चाहिँ हामीले अलिकति इनिसिएटिभ अलिकति केही काम गर्न सक्यो भने खालि धर्म गर्ने पशुपतिनाथ आउने लुम्बिनी आउने मान्छेहरू पनि त्यहाँ धेरै छन् त्यसमा त्यतिर पनि हामी लागिरहेछौँ
हजुर हजुर थ्याङ्क यू सो मच सर आजको हाम्रो सेसन अलिकति बिचमा यो टेक्निकल ग्लिचको कारणले गर्दाखेरि 12:30 बजेसम्मको थियो हामीले त्यसलाई अलिकति 15 मिनट अगाडि तान्यौँ सम्बन्धित सबै कुराहरू हामीले सबैजनाले स्पेसिफाई गरेको अलमोस्ट एड्रेस गर्यौँ सरले पनि आन्सर गर्नुभयो सरलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद छ सबैजनाको तर्फबाट म बोलाउन चाहन्छु डाक्टर रोशन राठीलाई के भन्दाखेरि हामी अलमोस्ट यो प्रोग्रामको अन्त्यमा आइसकेका छौँ रोशन सर आइ एम जस्ट अनम्युटिङ यु है
हस् धन्यवाद राजी
हस् धन्यवाद सर Roshan sir, passing over to you, your forum line.
Sure. Thank you so much, Rajendra ji. Binayak sir, again at the end,
thank you.
I would like to thank you again for accepting our request in a short notice. LCCI र LCCI को partner organization सबैको तर्फबाट म सरलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र तपाईले हजुरले राखिदिनु भएका पोइन्ट्सहरु I think these are very enlightening and something very practically directly coming from the industry perspective हामीलाई पनि हाम्रो प्लान स्ट्र्याटेजिज मोडिफिकेशन्सहरु गर्न मद्दत पुग्छ र यहाँ मैले अहिले केही चीजहरु हाइलाइट पनि गर्न चाहे हजुरको पोइन्ट्सहरुलाई लिएर हजुरले 3-4 वटा कुरो एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण हाम्रो लागि स्पेसिफिकली अझै बढी इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो सो हजुरले इनोभेटिभ तरिकाले काम गर्नुपर्छ ओल्ड स्कुल अफ थटको हिसाबले काम गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ भन्ने एउटा कुरो राख्नुभयो त्यसलाई हामी आत्मसात गर्छौं नि एग्रो टुरिज्मको कुरा गर्नुभयो स्मल बिजनेसेसको कुरा गर्नुभयो एन्ड वी आर थिंकिङ इन फ्याक्ट वी वर डिस्कसिङ दिस इन आवर ग्रुप्स that maybe from now onwards LCCI को आफ्नै कोर्सेसहरुमा पनि एन्टरप्रेन्योरशिप चाहिँ कम्पल्सरी हामीले एउटा सब्जेक्ट नै राखेर एन्टरप्रेन्योरशिप र स्मल बिजनेसेसमा चाहिँ हामीले हाम्रो स्टुडेन्टहरुलाई ट्रेन गर्नै पर्छ भन्ने हामीले हेरिरहेका छौं र सरले एउटा इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरो राख्नुभयो क्राइसिस त डेफिनेटली हो आउने 1 वर्ष 2 वर्षको लागि बट अगेन वी सी अ लट अफ होप मेबी आफ्टर अ इयर or two and maybe we can cater to markets from China and India, especially Chinese tourists may not feel welcome when they go to Europe or America. So yes. Maybe Nepal le त्यो market एउटा राम्रो क्याप्चर गर्न सक्छ भन्ने हो तर यो भन्दा भन्दै पनि definitely industry लाई हजुरहरुले लीड गर्नु भएको हुनाले we expect and as always you have always been ready we expect that we will keep getting your support in future and we will come back to you as and when we feel we need to guide it अनि आजको समय दिनुभएको लागि म एकदमै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु फेरि पनि विनायक सरलाई from all of us in the team. Binayak sir.
Thank you very much Roshan ji.
Thank you sir.
For giving me this opportunity to talk to all these people from your end. Thank you Ryan ji. Thank you all participants for that interest. I mean, this is the time of crisis. This is the whole humanity is suffering from this. So we have to. This is a teamwork. We have to unite. If we unite, we can do many things together. That is the need of the hour. Passions, innovative. We have to do. We have to go ahead. And I'm always available with the industry. Let's discuss. Let's find some ways to go further. So I'm always together. I'm always open. Let's work together. That is the message. That is the need of the hour. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
सब म लास्टमा सबैजनालाई अनम्युट गर्दैछु ताकि सबैले पनि एउटा भोइसमा यदि सबैजनाले पनि धन्यवाद भन्न चाहनुहुन्छ है So yes I have unmuted everyone so all those who want to say thank you may say that and we may conclude for the day.
Thank you, Binayak sir. It was a nice platform to learn about hotel associations.
Thank you, Binayak sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful session. Learned a lot. Hope to hear more later. Thank you.
Thank you, Daliji.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Binayak sir. It was nice talking to you.
Sir, and LCCI. We feel energized, and we can pass this positive message to our fellow beings, our colleagues and our friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So we are ending the meeting over here. Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.